The big question Sarah Palin supporters are asking is, will she run for president in 2012? More now from my one-on-one interview with the governor during her last days in office. Can you imagine yourself running for president?
I don't know what the future holds. Can't predict what the next fish run's going to look like, much less what's going to happen in a couple of years. But my focus is on my state still, and it always will be, and my family and what is best for them. What is best for them is to not run for re-election and to avoid a lame duck a wasteful session in a final year of office and saying, I'm going to step aside. That way we can still progress our good agenda, because the lieutenant governor has been by my side through all of this. He knows what the agenda is. We usher that through.
Some people have said that you saw the bright lights from the national campaign and came back, and it was very hard to readjust to the nitty-gritty work of
the nitty-gritty, like you mean the fish slime and the dirt under the fingernails and stuff that is me?
The state capitol, the hard legislative slog.
No, that's not. I am a fighter. I thrive on challenge. That is a challenge. What I don't thrive on and why I am not wired to allow waste is because I'm a very busy person and I want to be productive and I want to be on a path towards fruitfulness with, well, most fulfilled people share that. No, I just don't want to waste time and I don't want to waste public resources. They're too valuable. And I love my state too much to see Alaskans waste any of their resources.
You started out in television a long time ago. Can you see yourself doing a talk show? Could you reach more people that way? Would that be fun?
I don't know, again, what the future would hold. I know that I certainly don't need any kind of title or a high position to affect the change that needs to be affected in our nation. And what has to happen right now is we need to rein in government. Obama is growing government. It's the last thing that we need to do right now. We need to quit growing this multi-trillion-dollar debt that we're going to hand on to our children. And it is moral and it is uneconomic, the path that he has us on. I don't agree with what he is doing. And I want to fight with and for people who will usher in the positive change that we need to counter what is going on in Washington, D.C. right now. I want to bolster national security, not cut back as we hear proposed, and I want energy independence for our country, and the only way we can do that is to responsibly develop domestically. That's something else that the Obama administration doesn't quite seem to understand.
Do you see any Republican candidates out there who you think could be competitive with Barack Obama?
There's plenty of them. I'm not going to name names because I know that anytime anybody else names a name and they leave somebody else on the list, I guess the phones start ringing and they get chewed out. I'm not going to name any names. There are a lot of people out there that I want to fight with and fight for so that they can get elected, certainly, and affect the changes that we need.
How much part of this was the way it was affecting your kids, your family?
Well, any mom would tell you that any adverse effects on their child it's heartbreaking, and certainly that was affecting the decision. But more so, or paralleling that, has been what is in the best interest of the state of Alaska, the people that I love. It just so happened to be, and deciding not to run for re-election was the best decision for my family, too.
Are you sorry now you said yes to John McCain on August 29th?
Not in the least. Absolutely not. It was a great honor to stand by a true American hero. I believe in John McCain. I appreciate him. I honor him. And I would have done all that, again, in a heartbeat.
Are you hurt that some of his people have criticized you?
What I have discovered that they're on a national level, this kind of took me aback because, Andrea, we see it on a state level when you run a campaign, and I run many of them on a local level, then on a state level. You get a lot of strange people who kind of leech themselves into a campaign, some odd hanger-oners. I was surprised to see, that happens on a national level too. And there were some odd people involved in some of the aspects of the campaign, and I think that they have kind of made their efforts anyway in the campaign have really been made manifest for people to see today. It was odd, but that was then, this is now, and what is now is just as I did, the day after the campaign ended, get back to work for Alaska. I'm going to continue to work extremely hard for the state that I love. It just won't be behind the governor's desk.